I am live. Hello world. Is anybody out there? Everyone's watching the real streams. Nobody's watching me. Boom. Dun, dun, dun. Phoenix 88. Hi. Let me get this working. Oh. Plug in my headphones. I'll turn off my speakers. I should probably turn on my lights because I'm dark as. Whoa, everyone turned up. I can't. It went from nobody. From Neville nobody. Hello Pascal. Hello Whacked Man. Oh. Hang on. Boom. Hi Ernie. Edits. Addy. What? Ed Edits. Laserbee. Julian. Manakatan. Julian. Yep. For the Burbs. Jim. Paul. Thomas. MMV blog. MVV blog. I always get that wrong. It's going well. Thank you, Glisha. Marco. Yes. Chris. Okay. Housekeeping. Housekeeping. Hang on. Hello from the old dart. Oh, Ernie, you're in Sydney. Hi from the nether regions. Okay, I'm assuming that you can hear me. Can you hear me and can you hear the SpaceX stream? How long till liftoff? I think it's about an hour or something. No, a bit less than an hour. Audio is perfect. Oh, you can hear me, but not the stream. Okay. Thank you. That's interesting. Really? You can't hear the stream? Ah, I know why. Yep, I know why. I have the tools, I have the talent.
Go. As many of you know, Starship is the latest and largest vehicle developed to date by SpaceX. It will be the world's most powerful launch vehicle once fully developed and have twice the thrust of the Saturn V rocket. But the key breakthrough with Starship is that it will be fully reusable and capable of carrying up to 150 metric tons of payload to orbit,
and there's no echo or anything,
configuration, and up to 250 metric tons when expendable.
Now, for context, Falcon 9 is only partially reusable. We recovered the largest part of the rocket, that's called the first stage, but we don't recover the second stage. And Falcon 9's heaviest payload to date is just over 17 metric tons. So 150 to 250 metric tons on Starship is an order of magnitude greater in terms of the payload capacity.
It's a disky shirt.
Now, for today's test, we will be the first of many as we work towards transitioning Starship from a developmental into an operational program.
There you go, disky shirt.
And the primary objective today is to gather as much data as we can around the fully integrated
She did a special
vehicle.
process
now,
on it.
While we have flown Starship spacecraft in the past, it is going to be the first attempt of Super Heavy and the first opportunity for us to validate how the two vehicles operate together.
We are so excited
for this. 30 minutes.
The purposes for today's flight, we will consider any data
I have not caught up.
that helps inform
I just came into the lab from home.
Starship as a
got permission from Mrs.
From a milestone standpoint, our main goal is to clear the pad.
Yeah, it is a very cool shirt.
Every milestone beyond that is a bonus. The further we fly, the
don't want to
more
get hit by lightning. Yes, Because can somebody fact check me on this?
Then we'll expect the Super Heavy to light up its 33 Raptor engines at the base of the vehicle and lift off, clear the pad away down from Starbase in Starbase, Texas.
Hang on.
And then it'll go into ascent. About 3 minutes into its ascent, we're going to expect to see Super Heavy separate from the Starship.
It's going to separate.
It'll perform a flip maneuver, and then it'll execute a boost back burn, and we're going to be targeting a hard landing in the Gulf of Mexico.
And while that's happening, we hope to see
I'll talk about this in a minute.
6 second stage engines ignite.
I don't understand. So that'll do the hard landing just near where it launches from Texas, launching from Texas, not from Florida.
And 250
no, that Florida rubbish.
Before re-entering Earth's atmosphere.
So it's not quite, it's not reaching orbit.
Ocean, about 250-ish kilometers offshore. Now, we
250
are not
offshore
really
from what?
expecting many camera views after separation.
Right, I assume that they've got it's near shore because they want to get good coverage or whatever. Near shore of what? What was that island?
We'll bring them to you live.
Yep.
Does anyone know what that island,
we have a couple of ground stations along
is?
the way, so if we are able to get good telemetry, assuming we make it that far into the ascent, then of course those will be available.
Saturn did get hit by lightning. What was it, Apollo 9?
And also worth mentioning today, like the whole just getting the vehicle off the pad is a complex endeavor. We are going to be trying to reduce complexity by attempting those hard water landings instead of trying a normal landing like you're used to.
That was the set SCE to Ox, wasn't it? Is where it got hit by lightning?
So yeah, hard landings
was that the where they saved it by setting SCE to Ox?
Now, in a little bit, we'll take a closer look at the vehicle and the
Paul
launch
Daniels
pad.
is here,
but
apparently.
first,
Yes, he is. There he is.
Teams have been doing a tremendous amount of work over the last few months. In fact, there's a great shot.
Perfect sound. Excellent. How's my volume level compared to their level?
Teams have been prepping really
my voice to be
the last few
low,
days, especially to try to get in today's launch attempts.
And here you can see a live view
not penis shaped, like the
South Padre Amphitheater,
like the
where
Blue Balls Origin.
SpaceX employees, friends, and family, and members of the public are gathering to watch
because
the
previous one we knew a lot before this that it was going to abort.
Well.
So,
and
like,
of course, we want to give a shout out to the SpaceX team. You see them there on screen, members of our Launch Command.
Could you maybe make SpaceX sound less loud?
That is our Starbase
Can indeed. I thought it might be a bit loud.
Those are the operators today who are going to be reviewing all the data and, of course, giving us the go no go poll.
There you go.
Checking the status
How's that?
to try to get in today's launch attempt just around 27.
How's that level?
And one thing I do
want
to mention, I misspoke. It's not the South Padre Amphitheater. It's the Cameron
County
Amphitheater.
Now, the entire Starship structure on your screen is made from stainless steel.
Check
when
1, 2.
Stacked, it stands about 120 meters tall. It's about
way
9
better.
meters
That
around.
works. Okay,
and
cool.
We have this awesome video that shows you just how big that is. You can see
now,
one of our technicians there doing some
look at the size of it.
In advance of today's test. And man,
that's
there's
insane.
The 120-seater monster.
The person just keeps getting smaller and smaller. Now, just like Falcon 9, Starship has 2
That's
stages,
mad.
which we'll talk more about.
Biggest rocket ever launched. Most powerful and biggest rocket ever launched.
Starship actually has a 3rd stage.
Unbelievable. Didn't go well for the previous record holder, which was the Soviet N1, because it was Soviet Union back then. The N1
we've got a great shot there
didn't fare so well. This one's got 33 Raptor engines, and odds of it coming to Gutsa.
All that is required.
Leave it
to
in the
get
comments.
Into filling the tanks. Now, let's talk about the Super Heavy.
Hang on.
Everything.
Yes.
It's super
what I wanted to show you, though, is that
heavy.
these fake ones,
for
there are warning, this is a scam. Another poor YouTube channel has had it their channel hijacked. This one, there was one from 1.5 million views yesterday or sometime today or something. That one's gone. But there's another one called with 805,000 subscribers. So some hard-working YouTuber has lost their channel. It's been hijacked by this scammer, and they've renamed it SpaceX Online 23. And they've got this. If you go in there and actually watch it,
they're able to get
if we mute this,
energy density is comparable to lead acid with incredibly high power density. So
just remember, this is a scam, right?
Down a deep rabbit
It's a
hole
complete scam. And what they do is they have this crypto thing.
No, I think
like
with
this.
the advent of high-energy lithium-ion batteries, a capacitor is not.
And then Musk eventually taught. This was a real interview that he did years ago.
For EVs.
And then they have this AI generated Elon voice about
were precise at a molecular level.
talking about crypto and how, look, if you send it to scan this QR code here to scam, don't scam it. Okay, don't send anyone any crypto ever.
Energy is
Unless you're buying it on the EV blog store, 10% discount, by the way, if you pay with crypto.
Have very tiny separation distance.
Yeah, so they eventually have like an AI voice come on. This is not live. They're making it appear. Oh no, they do actually live stream it from a pre-recorded AI thing that they got. So a voice will eventually come in, and he'll start talking about. He'll start talking about crypto and just send it to this and how it's only this special's only. And so send them your crypto and then they'll double it. So you send them either Ethereum, Bitcoin, or whatever, or Doge or whatever, and they'll double it. It's a complete scam. Anyway, so like there's another one here, SpaceX channel. That's only got 8.6K subscribers, but that's another one. Right. So it's another scam. Oh, actually, comments are turned off. That one's that one's got the setup. Yep, that's a barcode. And there you go, Starship2023.com. It looks like scam website, everything. So yeah, that's terrible, Muriel.
The spacecraft is the second stage, and it makes
Hang on, I'll go faster because I paused it there, so we'll just catch up for a bit.
It's designed for carrying passengers and cargo to Earth orbit and beyond.
I can just go.
It stands about 50 meters tall, which is a little taller than the Statue of Liberty. It's comprised of
taller, of course, they have to compare it to the Statue of Liberty. Here in Australia, we compare everything to the size of the Harbour Bridge, the Opera House, and Sydney Harbour. Volumes in Australia are measured in Sydney Harbours.
Also outfitted with 4 flaps to help aerodynamically control the vehicle's attitude, which you can see those 2 forward flaps.
Yes.
They're on your screen now. So they help
YouTube is very slow to get rid of them. People report them, and it takes a few hours.
Now, one thing we got
by
to mention,
that time, people have been scammed.
They are iconic. Starship is wrapped in a heat shield, which is composed of 18,000 hexagonal ceramic tiles designed to insulate the vehicle.
I got Rossman. I texted Rossman and tell him to get his ass out of bed.
Temperatures can be as high as 2,000.
Yes, he is a proud Texan now. So yeah, they're launching this from Texas.
Shiva and I have roughly make up about 2/3.
I believe she is the not the flight director, but she's like head of something. She's head of like operations or something. I don't know if they've got. And this dude is another head of development. These aren't just these aren't nobodies. These aren't Neville nobodies. These are like apparently these are legit engineers, managers, stuff like that.
A heat shield that would go straight into the structure.
So yeah, one thing that's amazing to me, especially when I first picked up one of these heat shield tiles,
they're doing drone shots right now. Is this like a live drone shot?
Made out of foam.
Looks like
that light, and
because there's all sorts of outgassing.
And one thing that we do want to mention, in order to reject the maximum amount of heat during that entry,
it's incredible.
Like Shiva was just saying, they're black.
Absolutely incredible. Can somebody confirm? Can somebody give me a fact check on this? Is that if it does explode on the pad and the whole thing goes up, it will be the biggest non-nuclear explosion in history? Can somebody fact check that, please? I believe it's 1 megaton. It'd be a 1 megaton. Sorry, 1 kiloton. Yeah, 1 kiloton explosion. Or something. Can somebody fact check me? Give me a fact check.
In both of those cases, Starship with just its engines can take off without needing the super heavy booster.
Yeah, scale of thing is almost impossible to fathom.
Now, for today's test, Starship does not have its landing legs attached because, like we said before, it won't be returning anywhere. Starship is expected to make a very hard ocean landing, which, if we even make it that far and manage to get any views, it will certainly make for a very exciting
I think actually,
test.
At this point that reminds me, there was a U.S. Navy explosion.
Or just over 20 minutes
it wasn't a test. I think it was an explosion.
Let's check in with John Innsbrucker
that
for
was
a status
one
update.
of the biggest.
Hey, John, how's it looking?
Thanks,
Kate. I don't know.
I'm John Innsbrucker,
anyway.
Principal Integration Engineer here at SpaceX.
There you go.
We're currently
Principal
loading
Integration
propellants from the
Engineer.
ground system into both the first and second stages.
Be back.
Now, both vehicles use the same 2 propellants. That commonality helps build the reliability. And the fuel today is liquid methane. and that's at a temperature of just over 100 kelvins. That's about minus 272 degrees below zero on the Fahrenheit scale. Now, liquid methane is a different fuel from Falcon 9. That booster uses RP1 kerosene. However, our oxidizer is liquid oxygen, and that's the same as Falcon 9. Because there is no oxygen in space to support combustion, we have to bring our
there we
own.
go. We've got live fuel.
Now, leading
Fuel
up
check.
to where we
Fuel
are right
check.
now, we had a go-no-go poll. That was conducted just after T-minus 2 hours. And once the team gave their goes, we started loading propellants onto the booster at T-minus
2 hours
1
before,
hour
yeah,
and
they
39
loaded.
minutes. At T-minus
Well, they
1
load
hour
both,
and 22
all
minutes,
the propellants.
we began propellant loading of the ship. The second stage you can see
It's incredible.
on the screen right
I
there.
don't know, like,
Now, propellant
here's the
loading
thing,
of the
right?
Starship's
I don't
second
know
stage
why.
main tanks
I can understand,
completed
right? They
at about
haven't
the
done the
T-minus
booster
27
yet, right?
mark,
They haven't tested
at
the
which
booster.
time we then
Well,
began
they've
loading
fired
the
some
2 header
engines and
tanks
everything,
in the
but they
nose
haven't
of the
launched it,
second
right? They
stage.
haven't launched the booster. I can
Now,
understand
T-minus
testing the
3
booster.
minutes, when the first
But I
stage
don't
super heavy
understand
propellant loading completes, that
why
means we'll have
they've
all the
whacked
propellant
Starship
the
on the
rocket,
top of it,
and the vehicle will be
and
fully loaded with over
then
10
they're
million
not going to
pounds of
try the
propellant.
propulsive landing,
Now, right
like the
now,
controlled
T-minus 19
landing
minutes
of this
and
thing,
counting from
apparently.
liftoff.
Apparently it's
The
just going to
weather
go,
and winds are looking
it's just
good.
going to belly flop.
We
Can
have
somebody
been watching
confirm that?
ground
That it's
level
just going to
winds.
go
They're
flop?
at 18 miles an hour.
They're not going to try
As
and
the morning
actively land
continues,
it?
They will increase, but that is below our limits right now. We're also
Largest
looking at upper
accidental was the
altitude
Halifax
winds. We're waiting
explosion.
for one more
M1 rocket
balloon,
was
but we
2,000
believe
tons.
that
This
we're
is
going to be
3,000
go.
tons of fuel.
On the
Half
launch
of
vehicle
Halifax.
itself,
Okay,
the teams,
right.
the good news, they're not working any issues right now. But if for some reason
They're
we
not
do
working
not
any
make our
issues.
test flight today, if
So
we have to
18 minutes
hold,
left.
we have a backup launch
I assume there's no
window.
one standing around
However,
it.
we're not sure when it would be. It could be 24
Not
or
standing there with a
48 hours
valve
after
to-
today. It'll depend
Right,
on
turn
how
it
far
off
we get into
and
the
turn off the
countdown.
fuel and run.
But right now,
I
heading
don't
for
think
a
so.
T0 at 8:28 Central, 13:28 Universal Time. Kate, everything is looking good.
Yeah, probably should have
Awesome
waited until they
news.
could attempt
Now,
landing
in
instead
order
of
to make
destroying all
life
the engines. Yeah,
multiplanetary, we need a fully
understand the
reusable
whole
vehicle
point of
that's capable of
Starship
carrying a
is to
huge amount of cargo
is to
and
land
a
the
lot of
thing,
people
right?
to
Because we know
orbit
it can
and have a
fly, we
pretty
know it
quick
can land.
turnaround.
It has
The
landed
idea
once
is to
successfully,
effectively
and then it
reuse launch
exploded
vehicles
like
just like
a
airplanes.
couple of minutes later or
Yeah,
something.
imagine
But it
if
did
you had
actually
to wait
successfully
for a
land.
new airplane to be
Which is
constructed
absolutely
every
amazing
time you wanted
after a
to
couple of
fly.
attempts.
You'd rarely
I
go
don't know
anywhere,
why
and
they.
For most of us, it would be completely unaffordable.
What
In
are
order
they
for us
testing
to get
in
to Mars
Starship?
and
What are
back
they
with lots
testing?
of
It's
people,
not even
lots of
going into
cargo,
orbit. It's not
multiple
even going into
times,
proper orbit.
Reusability really is a must.
Okay, so they're
In
testing like a
advance of
proper
our first
re-entry, I
missions to
guess.
Mars, Starship will
Maybe they're
execute
testing
a
the
number
heat
of
tiles and
missions
stuff,
with
but
both cargo
I'd
and
have a
people,
go at the.
starting
Why
with
wouldn't you
Earth
have a
orbit
go
and
at the
eventually
propulsive landing?
expanding to the moon and beyond.
Now, in
I
the
don't-
near term and a bit
I don't
closer
get
to
it.
home, Starship will also be critical to other programs. Once fully operational,
They're
it'll
just
deliver
testing the booster and getting
full-size
re-entry
upgraded
heating
version
data.
of our
Yeah, that's
Starlink
what I just
satellites. And that's super
suspected.
exciting because our next generation
Testing the
satellites
integration,
represent a
perhaps,
step
but
forward in
you've got the
Starlink's
Starship
capabilities
on there
and will allow
that
us to
has
connect
been tested
millions
to
of
do
more
a
people around
propulsive
the world
landing
with
before,
high-speed internet
like a
to
full
watch
active
launch webcasts.
controlled landing. So
Such
why
an
wouldn't you have another
exciting
go? And if
future
it doesn't
ahead
work,
of
it
us,
doesn't work. But
first,
they're not even
let's
having a
talk
go.
a little about how we got to where we are today.
Now, Starship's testing ramped up in July
Oh,
of
the
2019
Lebanon
with
port.
our
Yeah, it was
Starhopper
0.5 to
prototype, sort of
1.1
a short
kilotons.
version
Yeah,
of the Starship
that was
that we see
huge.
today. There's a great photo of it. It was just over 18 meters tall.
It
had
is
a
not going to
single
land,
Raptor
apparently.
engine,
It is going to
and
go.
we had to test fly
It's going to
and
belly
perform
flop into the
low-level
ocean.
altitude
And they've got
maneuvers
cameras
and
set up to
attempt
capture the
landing.
massive
The
explosion when
initial
it
test
when
flight,
it
our
hits the
top
water.
reached about
Apparently,
20
it's going
meters
to
in altitude.
belly
That was
flop
followed
into
by
the
one
ocean.
that you've
Can
got
someone
on your screen
confirm?
Here. This was our 150
I'm
meter
pretty sure it
altitude
is.
hop. We went up, took a little jaunt away about
Don't have
100
support
meters or
capability
so
with the
away
current
from the
barges?
launch
Well,
pad,
you know.
used that Raptor engine to fly
Yeah,
and
maybe.
actually land.
But-
And actually, this hopper is actually down at Starbase now.
Yeah, I don't
love
know.
this shot.
I
It's
would have at least
so
had a
fun to
go.
see it fly.
Like even if you don't, even if
After a
it's
series
landing
of
on water,
150
instead of
meter
belly
hop
flopping, if you've got
tests
all the
with
cameras
earlier
set up, at least try and
prototypes, the Starship
propulsively,
program saw a
like at least
major
try and
breakthrough
get
during
it so
a
it's
test
like, and if
flight
it
of
comes in
vehicle
vertical and
known
just have it
as
like
serial
touch the
number
water
8,
and just hover
or
above the water or
SN8.
something
You can
cool
see
like
it
that.
there on your screen
Right.
now.
But
In
apparently they're not
December
going to do that. They're just going to have it
2020,
slam into the water.
demonstrated a first of its kind
I don't know at what speed, but
aerodynamic
sheesh.
descent and landing flip maneuver. 2 words: belly flop.
Testing
The SN8
belly flop.
prototype rose through an altitude of 12.5
right.
kilometers or 7.8 miles and conducted a belly flop maneuver, which you see there, during its descent.
Oh, really?
It didn't stick the landing.
They still have a launch
The
site
test was
afterwards
a
if
major milestone
it's a
in the
success.
development
Really?
of
So they
Starship.
are going to try and land it?
In fact, we should be.
I know they're not going to try and land the booster. Apparently, the booster, that big Mechazilla thing, the Mechazilla catcher arms thing, they're not doing that. It's just going to
the testing continued
land in the
on
ocean.
to prototype serial number 9. It took a
Yeah,
10-kilometer flight. It's about 6.2 miles up in February of 2021. We had a nominal ascent.
But Don is saying that they might have a go. They might actually decide. But what, like, as far as I know, they haven't landed at all.
Than controlled descent, aerodynamic maneuver. That was all stable, but unfortunately we
I know they've got newer models. Yeah, I know they've got newer models of the Starship. What they're launching is an older model of Starship, but still, they've only got one data point. They've only got the one propulsive, successful propulsive landing.
How much we
Boom.
learned just between serial numbers 8 and 9, and how quickly we were able to achieve our primary objective
is this the one
in
here?
those 2 flights. In addition to that, we got so much data that demonstrated control of the vehicle in that subsonic regime.
Ultimately, we performed 9 Starship high-altitude test flights in total, and then, as you see on your screen there, in May of 2021, SN-15 launched from Starbase, reached an altitude of about 10 kilometers, performed a number of
That's
maneuvers,
right, that's the one that had an
safely
engine
returned
failure.
to the launch site. This was the first Starship.
This one's got
prototype to
33
fly,
Raptor
control
engines
descent,
on the
safely
booster.
land,
I'm
and
not
be
too worried
recovered
about
in
Starship.
one
I think
piece.
Starship will do the
like
business. It's the
crazy
booster.
one of them.
test flight.
That
Now, having achieved those
33
successes
engines
in
to
our
Kamagaza.
suborbital campaign, one of the next big challenges
You only
is
need
for
one
the
of them to
upper stage
Kamagaza, and
when
then if
comes
it
to
blows up,
reusability
it's going to
and
blow up the
surviving
others.
the
Like,
hypersonic,
it's gone.
really high heating phase of entry.
Like,
Combined
you know,
with
if
the
they've got
later
lots of
ability
safety
to
systems,
refill
like
Starship's
losing a
tank
couple of
with
engines
propellants
probably
to
isn't a
fuel
big
and
deal. They'll just
oxygen
like safely
over on
shut
orbit.
down.
That will
But
enable us to have a fully reusable
this is
transportation
insane.
system
This is
that's designed
insane.
to carry both crew and cargo on long duration.
So that's the
missions,
vehicle assembly
interplanetary
building in
flights
the
that
background,
will
I
help
assume.
Humanity get to the moon, travel to Mars, and beyond in our solar system.
This
The
is
thing
all,
with Starship,
just
though,
basically
is that
our path of
the problem is it's
progress,
almost too big.
basically
Like,
an iteration
just to get to the
on
moon,
each
apparently,
vehicle, and that iterative
because they want
process
this
is a
thing to.
core
This
part
is
of how
NASA
we
is
work here
betting
at
on
SpaceX.
Starship,
We like
not
to test early
what
and
it looks like
often,
now. There'll probably be a variant of it that
publicly as
lands on
well
the
in
moon,
our
that
case,
propulsively,
and that's
actively
both
lands
for
on the moon,
hardware and software.
and it's
And
going
while
to
it
be
doesn't
their
always
lunar
go
lander
as
solution.
expected,
It's
we
their
learn
only thing that
so
they're
much
backing.
from it, and it informs our next
And
attempt.
Yeah, we learn a lot
but it
from
requires
actually putting the vehicle
5
through
Starship
flight-like
launches
tests.
full
Even
of
the
fuel
test on
to
Monday
then
gave us an
refuel
opportunity
the
to learn
one
more about
Starship
the
in
vehicle
orbit
into today's launch
around the
attempt,
Earth.
and so far
They have
things are
to
looking really
5
good.
Starship launches
Now,
to
we are
then
continuing
to
into our
transfer enough
countdown. We're
fuel
about T-minus
into the
12
one
minutes to
Starship
go.
to
I
get
think
the
it's
one
perfect time
trip
for another
to the moon.
check-in with
It's
John
just
Innsbrucker.
nuts.
How's it going, John?
Well, Chevy, the good news
It's almost
is
too big.
that the nets are quiet. The teams are currently
But
working.
if
No
it works,
significant
then
launch
they
vehicle issues.
actually
You can
deliver
see
like
the T-clock
250
there on your
tons or
screen,
something to
T-minus
the
12 minutes, 10 seconds, and counting.
surface, right? It's
Propellant
awesome.
loading is
If it works,
continuing
but-
on
oh,
both
it's
the
a Hail
Super
Mary.
Heavy and the ship stages. You can see the graphic on the left-hand side of the screen. Most recently, we began loading liquid oxygen and liquid methane fuel into the header tanks on Starship. Those are 2 small tanks just underneath the nose of the second stage. Now that started at T-minus 27 minutes. That'll be
Anyway,
wrapping up at about
shall
T-minus.
place your
That
bets.
will be wrapping up about T-minus 9 minutes.
If it fails, it'll be a
Starship
feast for the
second
data
stage
junkies.
main
Are there
fuel
like,
and LOX
are there
tanks
engineers
are
just
loaded
hoping
for
it
flight
fails because
right
they
now.
want the failure data?
The Super
You know,
Heavy
there's
first stage
there's
booster propellant loading
failure
is
failure
continuing.
engineers. What are
That'll
they
go
called?
till
Failure
about
analysis.
T-minus 3
You know,
minutes.
I don't know. It's probably got a
We're
specific
underway
title. I'm
with
sure
engine chill as
they
we
have
get
them, and
ready
they're
for
just rubbing their
T0.
hands. Come on,
And we're
come
also
on,
configuring the launch
come
pad
and
for
gutsy, you
liftoff.
bastard.
The booster hold downs have been
Want the data?
unpacked.
I don't want a
They'll be
successful
ready
flight.
to retract at
It's like
liftoff.
building a kit. You
And
know,
the
I
second
always
stage
say you
quick
don't learn
disconnect
anything.
is
If you
beginning
build a
its
kit
configuration
and it
for
works
release.
first go, you don't
The
really,
methane and
you've
liquid
learned how to
oxygen
solder
pellets
and you've
currently
learned,
going
you
to
know,
the
like
second
to follow
stage.
instructions
Go
and
through
stuff
that
like
quick
that. But
disconnect.
you know,
That's that arm that reaches out
the
from
real
tower
learning
to the
comes
base
when
of the
you
second
fail.
stage.
So.
The SpaceX team continues to check in with the Coast Guard.
And they
Good
haven't
news
even.
is
This
we've
is
not
the
heard
first,
any reports
the
of boats
booster
in the
launch.
safety
This is the
perimeter
first time they've launched
as
this
the launch
booster
vehicle heads out
with 33 Raptor engines. Holy crap!
over the Gulf of Mexico. So right now, T-minus 10
Yeah,
minutes,
Starship would
40
be good to
seconds
launch
and
great new
counting.
telescopes. Yeah,
Everything
and well, the
continues to go
booster.
well for an
You could.
on-time
I
launch.
see.
Now,
do you need
today's
Starship
test
to
flight is taking
do
place
that? Can
out
you
of our
just use?
Starbase
No, you
facility
can't just
in
use the
South
booster,
Texas.
can you?
And that
Because the
test
booster.
site has gone through a
Can somebody
huge amount of
confirm? Can the
development
booster
over
get
the
to
last
orbit?
couple of years.
Could you just put like a
One thing I
fairy
want to point out,
on
this is
top
a
of the
great view
booster
from our drone.
and just?
Not only can we see
Surely
the
you
pad,
could.
but in the fog,
Surely it's got
kind of
enough
in the
grunt. Can you just
distance,
whack
in
it
the
like
background to
a
the
hollow
left of the
fairing on
pad,
top and
you
just
can
have
actually
your
see our production
satellite,
facility,
just have your massive
which
space
is
telescope
the other part of Starbase in addition to the
inside
launch
the
pad.
fairing on
Of
top
course,
of the
as part
booster?
of rapidly
That'd be pretty
iterating
cool.
with our test program, we're also rapidly iterating on our production system to produce Starships and Super Heavies. Last
Is the
year,
audio a
the
second or two
Starbase
out of
team
sync?
produced 4
Shouldn't
Starship
be.
Super Heavy boosters and 5 Starships,
But you
along
never
with
know.
their 200th Raptor 2 engine, and they're only scaling up from there, Kate.
Yeah, it's incredible to think that for 2023, production has 5 boosters and 8
Yes.
Starships going.
Press F
So,
for big
it's
rapid
incredible. And it's important to have
unscheduled
that system
disassembly
fill,
on YouTube
in
Live.
basically
Well,
the
I am going
manufacturing
to
line so that
have.
we have product
I tried to
ready
clean
go
it,
as
but
soon as we're done.
I've got the predicting
with this
penny.
test.
Yeah, exactly.
Got the
And
Aussie
ultimately,
predicting
I mean,
penny.
we talked about how Starship is
There
an
it
order
is.
of
That's a
magnitude more
kangaroo.
propellant, excuse me,
Trust me.
payload to
So,
orbit.
is it
But
going to
if
be
you're gonna go
kangaroos?
set up a base on the Moon or
Kangaroo
Mars,
is
you're
go.
gonna need
Kangaroo
thousands
says
of
it's going to
metric
be a
tons of propellant,
success.
So you're going to need a
Or
fleet
if
of
we get
vehicles
heads,
capable of doing that.
If you get heads, I don't know, it's a
Yeah, one thing to
1930s
note,
penny or
Starbase
something. I
directly
can't get the
employs
date.
more than
It's really old.
1,800
But I'm going to
employees.
toss it.
It's the
It's
largest
100%
employer in
success
the
rate
area, in
on the
fact.
predicting penny.
And
So
we're very
let's
thankful
let
to
him
Cameron
play
County
two up.
for
Yeah.
being
So let's
supportive.
give it a
This
go, shall
is
we?
a view from
Whoa,
the
whoa.
Cameron County Amphitheater.
What is it?
and
What is it? What is it?
There's a crowd
Heads.
there. And
It is
you can
heads.
tell by the energy
It's
here
heads.
in Hawthorne as well.
It's
that
going to come
everyone's
Agata.
getting really excited.
According
I
to
feel
the
my own
predicting
heart rate
penny.
going up
There you
and
go.
up.
It's heads.
I know it must be really exciting to go
yep,
see this.
sorry,
and I mean, just
SpaceX,
the
but,
sheer amount of power on Starship, you're
yep.
gonna feel it down there.
We're going to
when
have
this
a
thing
rapid
lifts off from the
unscheduled
pad. We've
disassembly.
actually got a great shot here of the natural
It's going to come
surroundings
Agata
around
either on the pad
oddly enough, most of the
or
pads end up
sort
being
of like,
around
yeah,
sort of,
something's going to
wild
like blow
locations
up
like
massively
this.
in some phase of the
Wild
launch.
locations like this. But
A
coming up on
success
T-minus 8
indicates
minutes, I think
that,
it's another good time for
you know,
check-in with
it
John.
boosts okay, it separates okay, and then
Thank you, Shiva.
then both of them
T-minus
do their belly
just
flop
over
and
8
smash into
minutes
the ocean.
to the
Yep.
first test flight of
So
Starship.
it fails. The predicting
Currently,
penny
we
has
are
predicted
pressurizing second stage.
that it's
We are also closing out liquid
minutes
oxygen
left.
and fuel header loads.
Sounds
on the
like they're
second
going.
Stage. We're also
Unless there's a
getting
last
ready
minute thing.
for propellant
and of
load
course it's 4:20, right?
pressurization on the first stage.
I swear they deliberately delayed it until
In fact,
4:20,
we are just now
or
closing out
the 20th of
header
the
tank
4th here
load
in
on the
Australia.
second stage.
In America,
Now with the header
4:20
tanks loaded and closed out,
the date.
that means we're down to just the first stage to finish loading.
can I please
That'll
make
finish
feed full
about
screen? I can do that.
T-minus 3 minutes.
No worries.
And at that point, when both stages are
Oh,
loaded,
theater mode
we will have the
or
10 million
actual full
pounds of
screen?
liquid propellant on board.
Full screen like that.
Now, in the next few minutes, the guidance system will
There you
begin
go.
its
So I'll-
final alignment for flight
I will
during a quiet period when the rocket's not doing anything.
drag myself out a
The
bit.
automated flight termination system will be armed, and a final TVC checkout will be performed. Those are the engine wiggles,
TVC,
and hopefully
taking
we'll
care
be
of
able to
business.
see that with the cameras underneath
7
the vehicle
minutes.
and maybe even the
Oh,
second
man.
stage engines. And there's a
It
view
isn't out of
looking
sync at your
underneath.
end? Okay, yeah. Sometimes
super heavy
people's,
first stage
I don't
with
know,
the
they
33
remix the
Raptor
stream at
engines.
some CDN somewhere,
Now,
and
a
oh, look
reminder
at that
as we
shot of the
continue
engines.
counting down, if we do
Shot of
need
all
to
the
hold,
engines.
the point where we hold
33
the clock would be at
Raptor
T-minus
engines on the
40
base of
seconds.
this
We
bad
can
boy.
pause there. Typically in the past, if we need a little bit
Unbelievable.
more time to finish final checkouts or do some pressurization of the onboard storage
How many
tanks,
drones? Does
that's
anyone
where
know
we
how
would
many
hold.
drones they've got like flying
But
around and stuff?
currently,
How
we're
many
not
cameras?
hearing a need to hold. So
Sure, they got like
at 6
dozens
minutes,
and dozens of
27
cameras.
seconds,
That
everything
You'd
looks
probably
good.
have it. You'd probably just
And of
throw
course,
up a
Kate
dozen
Shiva, as
drones
we
just
get
for the
close,
hell of it,
We're
right?
going to get into the engine ignition
Considering the
sequence
money
of
they're
33
spending on
Raptors,
this,
and
how,
that's gonna
has
be
anyone got
something
a
new for
how much this
everybody.
launch costs?
I cannot
How much
wait
it's
for
gonna
that
cost
moment.
them?
So for those of you that
Just
are
to do this
familiar
test
with
flight?
how we launch Falcon 9 rockets, you probably know that
And
we
is
light all
and,
9
and
of
are they
those first stage
funding this
Merlin
themselves,
1B
or is it
engines all at
partially
once.
NASA funded
It's
now that
pretty
they've got
different
the
than what we do,
lunar landing
what
contract?
we're attempting to do today.
Does anyone
we're
know?
actually going to be igniting those 33 engines in
Yeah,
banks,
it's the biggest
or
thing ever.
clusters,
It's the
and that
biggest thing ever
sequence
launched.
starts
Look,
at
33
T-minus 6
Raptor
seconds.
engines.
Yeah, and the ignition sequence is a little bit different.
Madness. How many engines did the N1
in
have?
terms of the timing and also the ignition
28
method.
or something?
So on Falcon 9, we
or
use
it might have had more, but this has more power. This has more power than the Saturn V. This is more powerful than Saturn V. And this has more engines and it's more powerful than the N1. That didn't make it. The N1 exploded.
Ignition systems. Many of those are integrated.
33 engines may come a gutser. Well, I reckon if one comes a gutser, it's going to start. If one of them blows up, it's going to take out the other one. Surely. Surely. It's got to start a chain reaction. You can have engines shut down if they safely shut down. No problems. But if one comes a gutser.
Super exciting. Like we said, pretty different from our Falcon 9 launches, and so this will be the first time that any of us have gotten to see this type of an
N1 had 30
integrated test flight with
Did
both
the
Starship and the Super Heavy booster.
Awaken says they're not going to make it.
In the T-minus 5 minutes.
Okay, they're shouting for 5 minutes. 5 minutes must have been a milestone. Looks like it's going to happen. You wouldn't want to be the poor bastard that calls no joy like 10 seconds before the launch. The big abort, you know, the big stop launch button.
If we lift off and clear the pad, we're calling that a
Does
win.
it have a, does anyone know?
Great shot of the pad there. Great shot of the quick disconnect on the
Does anyone know if it has a self-destruct feature? Is that compulsory?
Is fully topped up.
Like if it's like headed in the wrong direction or something?
Minutes here of propellant fill on the booster.
And somebody has the big red self-destruct button. Does somebody know if it's got one? If that's a like if that's a actual that's a requirement. That's a legal requirement.
Yeah. We're just now under 4 minutes until liftoff.
20/4 don't get it.
Flight test. We've been following along for what honestly seems like
Falcon
now,
Heavy and
really,
Falcon's been incredibly reliable. It's insanely reliable now.
To get to where we are
Falcon
today. Now, fast forwarding a little bit.
So good.
We have the opportunity.
Unbelievable. Like you don't even bother watching launches anymore because it's just 99.999% guaranteed.
And we are.
It's nuts. Well, maybe not that, but they've launched. I think 300.
About 15 minutes.
I think SpaceX have done like 300 launches.
And still be able to lift off.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's a little bit different from Falcon for the.
Yes, it has self-destruct. They armed it the other day, did they, Whackman?
Thank you. Don't have the opportunity to hold. So that's a cool new capability on Starship.
So, yes.
Right now, T-minus 3 minutes, 10 seconds and counting. We've got some.
I wonder, is it Elon with the red button?
It's nice that the fog is slowly.
Is he there? Does anyone know if Elon? I assume he's there watching. Surely he would be, right? It's the biggest thing ever.
Closeout of propellant loading on the first stage. That should be wrapping up here shortly. In fact,
auto self-destruct.
Fuel fill and drain valves are
maybe
closed.
33 engines.
First stage is fully loaded.
For those just joining us, the predicting Penny has predicted it's going to come a gutser.
The Starship launch vehicle.
It's not going to be a
I
success.
want to take a quick moment to say that the crowd
Sorry,
energy
SpaceX. Sorry, all the
electric.
fanboys. I want
like
it to
it's
work.
Falcon Heavy
My
test
gut
all
feeling
over
is
again.
that it's not going to make it. I only put
and hopefully you'll hear us.
Maybe 20%, 25% on it working, being a complete success, i.e. it launches, it actually clears the tower, there's separation, the booster works, there's separation, and then the Starship goes off and does its almost full circle thing and you know, tries to land or belly flops, and the booster does its belly flop thing and smashes into the ocean.
13 engines on the center. Those are the ones that gimbal.
I don't know. Everyone start giving your odds. Give your percentage. 20% is incredibly good for something of this size. Everyone, give us your percentage. How sure are you that it's going to make it? 100%? I'm 20, 25 tops.
Love this view. These are the 33 Raptor.
The people are cheering like it's a game show. Yeah.
I think
how much
those wiggles now.
Did anyone get a figure of how much this is costing? Ooh, the center engines.
90 seconds.
Is that
next major activity? T-minus
fumes
40
coming out of the center engine there?
That is a gate.
They're going to launch this bastard.
We're waiting.
They're going to launch it.
The propulsion team may need a few minutes.
The propulsion team may need a few minutes.
For flight. We're getting
so it
ready
may not.
For T-minus 1 minute and counting.
33%, 60%. Nicola. 65, says Sam. Pretty confident. 50% it works. Another 65%er.
Next, we'll see as we get past T-minus 40 seconds for final checks of the vehicle.
It may not actually launch in 40 seconds. It may. Oh, was that? Did that retract? What happened there? I can't remember. I wasn't looking. I saw something happen there. No, it's going to launch. 10% says Awaken. We have a center engine cutoff. Really?
Okay, you can see the clock
Woo!
is recycled.
Oh, it's recycled.
Flight director has called a hold. We are recycling. For the moment, we'll see where they move the clock back to. They could hold at T-minus 40 seconds. They could go to an earlier point. Give us a minute to listen into the nets, and we'll see if we can get you more information to share.
Come on. Light this candle. Look at it. You don't get a sense of the scale. Like, it's just incredible. Biggest rocket ever launched by a significant margin. Wow. And for those who don't know, it's more powerful. It's bigger and more powerful than the Saturn V. But the Saturn V was a real moon rocket. Went to the moon. One rocket. Went to the moon. This thing needs bloody 5 launches. Needs 6 launches. You need to launch a Starship, get it up to orbit, then you've got 5 more launches. Just to get the fuel to the Starship to get you to the moon. Bloody Saturn V went in 1 launch. Bloody ripper. For those who haven't seen my t-shirt, I have the disky display. Look at that. Handmade by Fran. I'm sure she's doing a live stream, is she? I'm sure she is. She did one the other day when it was aborted. Yeah, just light the bloody thing. Is it twice? I didn't think it was twice the power of the Saturn V. Someone gives 1 in 33 chance. Someone says Elon had to go pee real quick. I'll pay that. I'll pay that one. That's great. Oh my God. What is this going to be used for? Someone asks. It's purely a flight test. They're checking the booster. The booster's never launched before. They have ignited some engines, not even to 100%. I don't even think they've done the engines to 100. Was there 100% test the other day on the Raptor engines on the booster? Not the other way, a couple of weeks ago.
Innsbrucker again here at the Hawthorne webcast desk. We're holding a T-minus 40 seconds. What we've heard so far is we have a couple of issues we're working. One is the booster tank pressurization. Final pressurization was just a little bit long. That's not unusual. We've held at T-minus 40 seconds before to pressurize. That appears to have been resolved. At the same time on the second stage, they're working some final purging. We should know very shortly if that is cleared and if we'll continue the countdown.
So they overfilled it?
Everyone, especially that person, is excited to keep going. Like John said,
they've sent somebody in to turn the valve to release some pressure or something.
But as we mentioned before, we are able to hold up to 15 minutes and still be able to lift off today.
Yeah, on Falcon 9, it's a little bit
so
different.
They can hold for
Once
15 minutes.
Propellant loading,
right,
we pretty much have to go.
So if it doesn't happen in the next 15 minutes, it's not going to happen.
Propellants can warm up, and we may not have the performance for that particular mission profile.
Where is it in the background? I can barely see it.
And folks, if I can interrupt,
yeah,
it looks like
there it is.
all the
Tiny, above that boat
we're
there.
going to release at T-minus 40 seconds.
That is amazing news.
Amazing.
They're going to launch.
Team working quickly through their issues on first and second stages.
And I'm sure all of the rehearsals and simulations that they've been doing have prepared them to evaluate this data quickly to try to get us in for today's launch attempt.
For those of you just joining, we have a brief hold at the T-minus 40-second mark. The team is resolving one issue with the purge on the Stage 2 Raptors. Like John just said, the teams are quickly working that, and it looks like
just fire one of the engines a little bit to get the pressure down.
So we should be able to resume the launch countdown any moment now.
Wow.
And it's worth noting on Starship that once we resume the countdown, it restarts from the 40-second period, and then we keep going unless another condition pops up. So stick around because
I mean, there's so many.
Starship could be going here real soon.
So many moving parts in this thing. There's so many things to go wrong.
That's for sure. Amazing views here coming to us from Starbase, Texas.
They're happy. Crowd's happy. Countdown's resumed, has it? Are we slightly behind or what? Yeah, there he goes. 30 seconds. Go, you little beauty. Come on. Oh, my God. It's going to go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. They lit it. They lit the bastard. Is it going to move? Is it going to move? It's going. It's going to clear the tower. It's clearing the tower. Holy crap. It cleared the tower. Are you kidding? It cleared it. Nominal. That's not these rocket doing that.
43 seconds into the test flight of the inaugural Starship vehicle.
That's the camera wobbling.
We're into pitch over. Propulsion reports first stage engines nominal. What a
Nominal.
sight from the ground cameras at Starbase. We're flying at twice the thrust of the Saturn V heading to space.
Twice the thrust of a Saturn V. Are you kidding me? 30, yeah, all 33 are lit up. I don't. So they're throttling down. So they're throttling back up.
Aerodynamic pressure.
Max, oh, there's a thermal. I guess some of the engines are not on.
As the
Is that normal?
increases, the density of the atmosphere is decreasing, lessening stress on the vehicle. The call out.
We have reached max. We've reached max Q, which is the maximum aerodynamic pressure on the airframe. No way.
The first stage as we head downrange.
How long before separation? Where's the? And they've got live fuel tanks down there. Wow.
Our next major activity is going to be shutdown of the first stage.
I'm now 90% confident. If it's survived through max Q.
With shutdown, we will get separation of Starship from
Yeah, I reckon it'll separate okay.
The Starship engines. When Starship separates, we light up 6 engines in a staggered sequence.
80% of the risk was in the launch of the 33 Raptor engines.
6.5 minutes.
Like at 100%.
From Starship.
Oh, there we go. Got a great view.
And there's views of the Raptor engines on the second stage as we prepare for stage separation. Now, after stage separation, the first stage will flip.
Wow.
And begin a boost back
It looks so calm in there. So we've got to roll. And we're just going to see it separate. I reckon separation's going to work. I'm 90% confident this will work.
Main engine cutoff.
90% confident separation, and then igniting the others will work.
Beginning the flip for stage separation.
Oh, they have to flip it before separation, do they? That's interesting. It's upside down. All the electrons are falling out. What? Did it just do a full 360 flip? What's it? It's going again? Is it supposed to have separated by now?
As of right now, we are awaiting stage separation, where Starship should separate from the Super Heavy booster.
Don't Kamigatsa now. Don't Kamigatsa, come on.
Yeah, Kate, right now it looks like we saw the start of the flip, but obviously we're seeing from the ground cameras the entire Starship stack continuing to rotate. We should have had separation by now.
Yeah, nah,
Obviously,
it's not. Oh, it's not
does
separating.
not
I was
appear to be a
90%
nominal
confident.
situation.
Yeah, it does appear to be spinning, but I do want to remind everyone that everything after clearing the tower was icing on the cake.
Whoa. Whoa. Did it blow up or did it separate?
And there, as you saw, as we promised, an exciting end to the Starship
It just blew up.
inaugural integrated test flight.
It's just kamikaze, has it? That's it. It didn't separate. That's really disappointing.
Everyone here absolutely pumped.
Well, I'm disappointed about the separation, but I'm impressed with the
first integrated flight of the booster and the Starship vehicle.
Live view
there's
of
Elon.
our control center at Starbase, which we refer to as Star Command. As we said before, obviously we wanted to make it all the way through, but to get this far, honestly, is amazing.
Well, if you're just joining us,
that's it.
Starship just experienced what we call a rapid unscheduled disassembly, or a RUD, during ascent.
The predicting
But
penny
a
is
development
correct.
test.
Again,
the first test
the
flight of
predicting
Starship,
penny.
And the goal was to gather the data, and as we said, clear the pad.
It is correct.
and get
Still
ready to go
100%
again.
success rate.
So you never know exactly what's going
failed.
to happen. But as we promised, excitement is guaranteed. And Starship gave us a rather spectacular end, but was truly an incredible test thus far.
Now, as we mentioned at the start of today's program, any and all the data
Wow.
that we collected during the test is going to help us with
Elon
further
didn't
development
seem
of
very
Starship,
happy.
and it's gonna
No, he
improve
was.
the vehicle's
I think he was like me.
reliability as SpaceX
Once it
seeks
had,
to make life
it
multiplanetary.
had cleared the
It's really
tower
worth
and
noting
those
that the
engines
flight
throttled to
path was designed
100%,
to be over
and it was
water
and
all
it
the
went
air
through
and
max
sea space, along
Q.
with
That
the flight
was
path, and those surrounding areas were
like,
cleared in
you
advance
know,
of the
that
test.
was a good
And
lot
of
of the
course, we're gonna be
unknowns.
coordinating with local authorities for the recovery operation.
And then to have
But
it
honestly, what an exciting morning.
just blow up
Oh
because
my
it didn't
gosh.
separate? Is that what it
We had a
does?
successful liftoff
Did it blow up for some
from
other reason?
Starbase,
I would have
Texas
thought that
at
if it didn't
8:28
separate, it would have
a.m.
just
Central Time.
the booster
We
ran out of
cleared the
fuel and it
tower,
just
which
whoop,
honestly
or did the
was our only hope.
or did the second stage engines
We cleared the
ignite
tower,
before it
and
had
all the data we
separated and
collected
blew
all
up?
the way
Because
through,
it was a confined space or something. I
all those
don't know.
Raptor, those 33, although I think we saw that 3 Raptor engines were out, but we got all that data. And,
Three-
we got
what was that,
so
3
far
Raptor
as
engines
to
were out?
hoping to see the
Yeah,
Starship, the
there were a
second
few
stage,
engines that were out.
separate from the first stage, the Super Heavy booster. And unfortunately, we didn't make that happen, but that's okay. It was the first integrated launch, and honestly, today was amazing.
Absolutely incredible day. We made it through a number.
They seemed
of
very happy for a failure, but that
test
was, I
objectives
think everyone
with
predicted
getting
failure.
booster ascent, getting all the way through the countdown.
I
to the
I
end
think
at
they
the
blew it
end.
up as a
Like,
safety
really
precaution.
fantastic day.
Got through the
Yeah,
gate
maybe.
at T-minus 40 seconds on the
Maybe
second
maybe
try.
they did.
Everything
Maybe they
released, the
did.
hold
Is
down,
there any
quick
confirmation on
disconnect
that from
arms,
any other
everything
stream?
moves out of the way.
The
And
pro
then we
engineer
got
reckons
the
they
vehicle
detonated
off
it.
the pad, through max Q, all the way up to stage separation, even starting
Oh,
into
the
stage
flight
six.
they
And then, as we say,
actually
a lot of excitement.
activated. There's a lot of people
Honestly,
saying they activated it.
My face has had a smile on it.
That
since
makes sense,
liftoff, and
'cause,
now
yeah.
my face hurts. Now,
100%
since we don't have any
separation. Yes,
insights on the
separation
cause
achieved.
of our
Via the
rapid
big red
unscheduled
button.
disassembly at this point, we're
Oh,
gonna end our
I should have.
webcast
I've got a
here.
big red button
Teams
over
will
there. I
continue
should have
to
had
review the data
red
and
button ready.
record our next flight test. But before we go, a big congrats to the entire SpaceX team.
Yeah, so they
on
had
an
to
exciting
explode. It
first
was moving
integrated flight test of
unpredictably
Starship.
like that. Yeah.
And of course, a shout
Yeah,
out
possibly.
to our viewers.
It
We
depends where it
appreciate
was.
you
It wasn't
joining
that
us.
far off
And
the
as
coast.
always, we thank you
So,
for your
yeah,
interest
maybe.
in Starship, SpaceX,
Yeah.
and your ongoing support. Till
Yeah,
next
if it
time.
was off course and yeah, if it was not doing its business, then yeah. Yep. Yep, I would agree. That's it. Coverage is over. Yeah, at least it went for a decent amount of time. Yeah, I'm very impressed. Very impressed. Wow. Yeah, they'll get plenty of data out of that indeed. So, yep, I'm very happy with that. Wow. There you go. More videos on the explosion in different angles. Yeah, I reckon we'll probably find that they actually aborted it, because like it doesn't make sense that it was performing like that and then it just completely came a gutser. That just doesn't make sense. Yep. But there you go. There you go. Hang on, I'll get out of that. The fake streams are still going. The scam, both crypto scam, life. Oh no, one has been removed. One is still going. Yeah, unbelievable. One with 5,000 subscribers. If you haven't seen it, the crypto scammers are at it. Some poor YouTube channel with 800,000 subscribers has been hijacked. And, yep, if you scan the QR, yeah, like, you can actually hear it now.
The entire menu.
Yeah, recycle through the menu of Jack in the Box, because it's like it's a few blocks away from...
Oh, no, this one doesn't have the AI voice.
Open 24
I've
hours.
heard one that has an AI... has an AI-generated Elon voice, and looks like this one's just got, like, yeah, scan the QR code, boom. And they promised to double your crypto, and of course they just make off with your crypto, and oops. So don't fall for those scams. They are definitely scams. But there you go. Wow. Wowza, wowza, wowza. That was really something. I can... Nope. Hate have my big Dave head on the screen. Dogecoin took a massive hit when it blew up. Yeah, there's quite a few channels. Somebody posted on Twitter, somebody posted a screenshot. When I posted one the other day, someone posted a screenshot. There were like 10 of them. There were like 10 hijacked channels. Enormous number of them. And yeah, I think they hijack them and then they sit on them and wait. Or they, yeah. And then as soon as a big event like this that they know everyone's watching the live feed for, then they put up these fake live feeds. It's actually very clever. It's a very clever scam. Feel like you're watching Kerbal in real life. But yeah, there you go. It just blew up. Completely blew up. Anyway, that's it. I'm going home. Because I will get bonus points from Mrs. E Vlog if I return before midnight. Because it is now 1:45. And I will get bonus points. So thanks everyone for joining me for the rapid, the unscheduled disassembly of the Starship. That's a real shame. Didn't separate. So, yeah, I don't know. Somebody didn't loosen a bolt somewhere. The tie-down points. Oops, somebody. Oh, we're supposed to remove that before launch. Oops, sorry. That's all right. I expected everyone to watch the. Surprised 182 people turned up to watch it. Cool, everyone. Thank you very much. I will say hello to Mrs. EEV Blog. She may be asleep, but I don't know. I'll find out when I get home. Thanks, everyone. That was fun. And the predicting penny. The predicting penny. There it is. Can we focus on the predicting penny? Focus, you bastard. There it is. There it is. 19. Oh. No, it's 1940. What is it? Can you see that? 1940 something, is it? Hang on. 41. I think it's 1941 that says. It's a 1941 penny. That looks like 41 to me. There you go. It's 100% correct. Still kept its track record for rocket launches. It's better than that squid, that predicting squid. That was all the rage during the, I don't know, something. Anyway, cool. Catch you next time.